It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no illithid empire, no death god's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
Last night was perfect. Though I couldn't help lying there thinking about my parents before you stirred.
Dead parents, the perfect post-coital subject. No, after all this, it's perfectly natural to get caught up in the past a little bit.
I gave them the release they asked for. Freed myself from Shah's grasp just as they wished for. But there's moments where I think I'd trade that to be able to see them again. Talk to them again. There's so much only they could have told me. But that's all gone now. I've got to move on. Find some place for myself.
Well, wherever you go, I will be there, right by your side. Hell or high water, whatever may come. Whether it's Netherese, Elder Brains, or just trying to find the next place to bunker down and get a drink. There's always a place for you by my side if you ever want it.
I was hoping you'd say that. Whatever lies ahead will be far less daunting if I have you. It could be just like old times. Well, hopefully not exactly like old times. I think I've had enough camping and mortal peril for one lifetime.
I firmly agree.
Since the Netherbrain fell, you and Shadowheart have seen more of Faerun than you ever thought possible. She no longer shies from wolves or water. Nothing in the world frightens her anymore. And you feel you could face anything by her side. One day, you receive a letter passed to you by a stranger who bows with deference. An invitation to a gathering of the friends and allies who stood by your side in the fight against the Absolute. You waste no time in packing and set off on the long road back to where all of your adventures together began.
The Emerald Grove? Withers! Oh, and Lae'zel, here in spirit.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon, wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
Did not quite expect for Withers to be the one to throw a party. Oh my god, our owlbear is quite large. Do we still have speak with animals? We could speak with animals, right? Oh, we get to talk with everyone. Oh, this is great. Scratch, how you doing, bud?
A familiar sight. Scratch can't quite speak around the thing he has in his mouth.
You found our dodecahedron. Oh, I'm so glad Withers remembered to invite our favorite companion. He's such a good boy. Oh, I love you, Scratch.
So am I. I've got a nice home in the city now.
Lovely.
A girl named Mindy says I'm her best friend.
Oh.
She's mine too. Also you and Albert. I've got so many best friends, I hardly know who to snuggle.
Oh, that's a
I missed
fantastic
your smell,
problem.
But this thing I found had you all over it. I brought it for you. And I thought, perhaps you'd like to throw it?
I would absolutely love to. I'm so glad you've fared well since our travels together.
I certainly have, and I always will. Forever, I think. And so will you.
Oh, that's fantastic. Should we be playing with it? I mean, it's probably pretty inert. I'm all for playing fetch.
You know best. But a little fetch never hurt anyone, as far as I know.
Oh, we're playing fetch with the dodecahedron. Where is the dodecahedron? Give this to me. Inert astral prism. This is mine now. Scratch. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, my loot. Inert astral prism. Throw it. Scratch. Fetch. Get it, boy. Yes, he'll even play fetch with us. Oh, I love it. Oh, good boy. Good boy.
A familiar sight. Scratch can't quite speak around the thing he has in his mouth.
Oh, I love it. Want to play fetch? First thing we do with a giant party
Do you even have to ask?
dedicated to all our friends. We play fetch with our dog. There's no better way to spend our time. Owlbear Cub, how are you doing?
Friend? Friend! You came!
I did. How you been holding up?
Brother Scratch, too! Happy.
Big brother Scratch. Oh, pet him. Pet. Oh, you're so big now. Oh, he's adorable. He's my little murder death machine. Oh, he even purrs.
Yes. Miss this. More.
More indeed. Pet. Today is a night where everyone gets whatever they want. If you want to be pet, you will have so many pets and scritches. Oh, he's a good boy. He's the best boy. Oh, so good.
Yes. Miss this. More.
Man, you got so big. You're a lot bigger.
Yes. Big. But Scratch is smart. Teaches me many things. Like Big Brother.
Oh, big brother Scratch. I'm really glad Withers brought you here.
Withers? No. You smell very delicious. Follow smell, find you.
At least I know that an owlbear in giant plate mail armor will be able to find me no matter where I go. Charles D, greasy wizard necromancer Varso. That grease is a potent smell. What have you been doing since we last met up?
Lots. Make friends with a turtle, a cat, a kraken. Kraken eats my cat friend, so I bite, kill. With shiny clothes, I am strong. Tired now. Want sleep. Want cave.
I want an entire adventure series based off of the adventures of the armored owlbear. He killed a kraken to avenge his dead cat friend. I can just imagine his turtle friend riding on his back into combat and just be like, "For cat friend!" Because they wouldn't have names, right? It'd just be turtle friend, cat friend, kraken friend, but then kraken enemy. It'd be great. You want to stay with me in Shadowheart? I don't know if Shadowheart would appreciate having a giant armored owlbear just in the house. Honestly, probably Halcyon would probably be for the best, because Halcyon would probably be best equipped to deal with a giant armored owlbear.
Bear man? He is big, but not bigger than me. I like him. I go to him.
I really hope Halcyon is not, against the fact that we just forcibly adopted an owlbear in plate armor for him.
It's good to meet again.
It really is. How you been holding up, Chihira?
Well, now. You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to.
Yeah, it's not often, but I absolutely can. I missed you too, Chihira.
How nice to be understood again. I have spent the past months bickering with builders and bankers, all to restore the city exactly as it was. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers, same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon, same cisterns overflowing.
I'm glad I'm not dealing with those problems. It's a kip, but it's our kip. Wouldn't change a thing. Was the upper city destroyed beyond recognition? Oh, that'd be pretty hilarious.
The upper city has been almost entirely rebuilt. That's where the gold is.
Yeah, true, fair.
Even the builder's scaffolds are cleared from the streets. No dust left to sneeze at. Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit, plain stupidity. Perhaps all three. But nothing I will sniff at any longer.
It's the way of the world. It just goes round and round.
Have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers.
That's good to know.
My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing.
Well,
Not
good
so
for him.
my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen.
Of course, of
Though she
course.
spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again.
Well, she is your daughter. But what about you up to? No, honestly, you probably are pretty proud of them. Like, all things considered, you probably give them the side eye, but then when they're not around anymore, you're like, I'm real damn proud of them.
I suppose I am. I tried to steer them clear of my life's work, but they have chosen it for themselves. There is still much to do. People to house, a Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city, but so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you.
I'm pretty content with where I ended up. Even when we're half a world away or however many planes separate us. This camp, all of us camping out under the stars, drinking our mead, eating our sausage links and cheese. This is home.
Sentiment. With the greatest affection, I can think of better ways to sour our stomachs.
There is plenty of mead.
I must inspect the refreshments.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
Oh, we could only be so lucky. Volo! Volo, how you doing, my friend?
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking very well indeed. Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post.
Of course, of course. Have you come seeking a statement for your next tell-all? The legend of the greasiest necromancer in the world, savior of Baldur's Gate, survivor of tadpoles.
Oh, I wouldn't bother you with such things during a party. And anyway, I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form.
As long as I get my cut of the profits.
You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me.
No.
What do you think?
No, it's the legend of the Grease Master. Presuming I'm the hero. You could do better, can't you? Like, honestly, it's like you need to speak more from the heart and the sternum.
Oh, terribly sorry, but you mistake me, my friend. I'm only accepting complimentary feedback at this time.
Well, in that case, it's fantastic.
Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you.
Again, as long as I get a cut of the
Your
profits.
success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
Withers, did you actually invite Volo? I refuse to believe Withers actually invited Volo. Do we get a chest? Is there stuff to loot? A clothing chest. We can dye everything. Can we just get everyone clad in their underwear? Maybe. Maybe not. Well, who else is around? I saw Halson. Halson, let's have a chat. Oh no, that's Gale. Gale, how you doing?
Well, well. Look what the Tressim dragged in. Professor Gale Decarius of Blackstaff Academy. Educator of the esteemed School of Illusion. A pleasure to remake your acquaintance.
Ooh, very nice. Oh, congratulations, Professor. You confine yourself to the School of Illusions? I'd have thought you could teach the entire curriculum.
I did offer, as a matter of fact.
Ah, that's my boy.
Blackstaff insisted I couldn't teach every subject, nor could the simulacra of myself I offered to create for that purpose. So I've settled for teaching the art of illusion. Magic to confound the senses, to render the impossible into reality, and to allow expression of that most magical attribute of all, imagination.
Imagination.
I fear my students find me somewhat intimidating due to my, explosive former reputation. I seem to put the fear of the gods into them.
As you
Or
should.
the fear of Mystra, to be more specific.
Did you get married?
I surrendered the crown of Carsus to her, as I told you I would. And in return, she cured me of the orb at last. Even now, I struggle to put the feelings into words. It was like exhaling for the first time after holding my breath for so very long.
I'm very glad you're freed of it.
Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. The legend of my explosive capabilities is an excellent means of controlling a classroom. Too good, if anything. I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils.
Such is the nature of a formal education. If anyone can do it, I do absolutely believe it's you, Gale. I'm glad to hear it. The weave is not fodder for idle study. It is a dangerous such subject and should be treated as such. Anyway, I can absolutely say from personal experience, you are a fantastic teacher. So I'm sure if anyone can do it, it will absolutely be you.
Ah, so you still remember our little lesson?
Of course I do.
It was at that moment, the weave connecting us, that I realized how much your friendship had come to mean to me. As it still does. You were, of course, indulging me in submitting to such a lesson. Teaching you was hardly an effort at all. Not like my present cohort of apprentices. Oh, they try their best, of course, when they can manage to stay awake. And what of you? What are you making of this newfound lease of life we earned?
Believe it or not, but we are launching our first line of professionally handcrafted artisanal jams and jellies. The Shadowheart and Charles brand. It's an incredible hit in the forests around Faerun. It is fantastic. I will get you a jar. A lifetime supply, because if anyone has deserved and earned it, it's absolutely all of my companions. But aside from that, I did happen to find a most excellent series of arcane tomes beneath an abandoned arcanist's tower, and I'll be studying those for the next decade, as long as Shadowheart doesn't, accidentally get into them again and blow up half of the house, which was interesting because it was an excellent learning experience, but that's neither here nor there.
From you, I'd expect nothing less. I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. You're something of a hero to them, you know?
As I should be.
I'll be delighted to introduce you to my current cohort, as a guest lecturer, perhaps.
Oh, I love that.
I'm sure they'd have plenty of questions for you.
I would answer all of them with aplomb because I am Charles D. I could give a guest lecture on the necromancy course because presumably the Blackstaff Academy absolutely has a necromancy course because, again, if it's being taught by competent, capable people, it's perfectly benign. I'll need to prepare a reading list, of course, and a space large enough for practical demonstrations of my various spellcasting feats, Oh, maybe I could get Shadowheart and... Oh, me and Shadowheart, we could do it together. Oh, she could have a cleric's course. I could have a necromancy course. If they mess up with the cleric course, we can use the corpses in the necromancy course. Oh, the synergy is fantastic. Oh, it's beautiful.
I don't see why not. 2 heads are better than 1. Unless you're dealing with an Etin.
Or a Hydra.
Of course, you'll be most welcome to stay with me in my tower.
Oh, I'd love to pet your cat again. Because we only met at the one time.
Plenty of time to catch up on your adventures.
And all the loot.
I'm very curious to know what you've been up to these past months.
Looting and jelly making.
But I suspect the telling of that tale would keep you tied to me all evening. So, in the spirit of selflessness, I encourage you to mix and mingle for now, with time enough to come.
Time enough indeed. Who else is around? Who else? Halcyon, my brother. He's drunk. That's fantastic, as you should be.
You would think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more.
That they do. Just as nature intended. No, let's save the puns for when we're both drunk. The feeling is very much mutual. I have missed you quite a lot.
We have all pined for each other's company, I sense. I cannot imagine otherwise after what we shared. That bond was forged in a crucible that can never be stoked again, Oak Father willing. It is a bond that can weather any distance, any passage of time.
A true friendship.
I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
You sound like you need a hug. Do you want a hug, Halcyon? Absolutely. The future is ours to write. Who knows what we might yet share together?
You are right, of course. I am accustomed to dwelling on the past, even when it brought me nothing but unhappiness. You changed that, and gave me the most precious of memories. Now the task is to make yet more of them, so that each reunion shall be all the sweeter. And who's to say we need to make such gatherings a rare occasion? My hearth is yours to warm yourself beside always.
And mine is yours, Halcyon. My door will always be open to you.
We have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing.
Looting and jelly making, my friend. But if you insist, I will gladly talk about myself. Finally, yes, let's talk all about me.
Please, spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see. My charges.
Yeah, how is Thaniel and
Their appetite
everyone
for bedtime
doing?
tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halcyon. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake.
Well, I can tell you about the time that Shadowheart blew up the house, and no, I'm never going to let that lie. She's never going to live that down. She gives me the side eye every time I bring it up, but I just find it to be hilarious. A fireball gone astray with the home-brewed, handcrafted alcohols, but, you know, set us back a little bit, but again, it was a pretty hilarious thing. Had I known bedtime tales were a possibility, I'd have saw you out. No, we're not coming on to him. No. Not after everything. I expect you'll have a few tales that will need to wait until they're older, but,
More than a few, I should think. At least I shall be equipped to explain the birds and the bees when the time comes. But I hope that time is quite a while off yet.
Not a conversation I'd relish to have on anyone. Let's see what kind of stories I've got.
I am all ears. Though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image.
It is quite unsettling. It's just there's like a telepathic or like a telekinetic floating ear. It's just like, or an ear, like one big ear with a bunch of tinier ears coming off of it. It's like one really long ear for hands and arms. It is really weird. Regale Halson with tales of your past 6 months. The house blowing up, raiding that library, the Arcanist's tower, all of the books, all of the adventures with the jelly, the new flavors. New flavors.
You have kept yourself busy. I expected no less, in truth. I shall be able to keep the children enthralled for a few more nights yet, thanks to you. And should you wish to retell of your exploits in person, well, I shall not object to a night off.
I'd be glad to stop by.
It would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else.
I can't imagine anything else. Although, how have you been faring? You wanted to form a new settlement. Right, you left the Emerald Grove to an apprentice of yours. I'm very curious. Oh, we should probably bring up the owlbear. I may have volunteered you for something, if you'll forgive me. Might your new community have room for a very well-behaved giant armored owlbear?
Do you truly even need to ask? Of course. Who could not open their home to a befeathered hero of Baldur's Gate?
Oh, thank God. He's totally for it.
And I did promise the children I would bring them back a surprise. Oh, imagine their faces.
Oh, they're gonna love each other. Oh, that's gonna be great. Now, but aside from all of that, I'm very pleased that you're willing to accept our armored owlbear friend. How have you been doing? You wanted to form a new settlement, didn't you?
Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony, stronger together.
Fantastic. That is just absolutely wonderful.
It is, truly. Though a more complex, evolving beast than I could ever have anticipated. I spoke often of balance before. Only now do I realize the balance is no simple, fixed thing. We welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Naturally, it can be chaotic at times, but it is a thrilling sort of chaos. It thrives in ways I could never have dreamed of.
I'm really glad that you're happy, and I will absolutely need to see this place from. I'd love to step back into the old stomping grounds. It'd be great to see what you've been doing with Moonrise.
You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please.
I will bring a cart full of my artisanally handcrafted gems and jellies for you and all the kids to enjoy. How are Daniel and Oliver doing?
Quite often. They come and go as they please. But with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that.
They ask after you often. What you did for them will never be forgotten. I can see it in the land all around me. But more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit.
Very glad to see that they're doing well.
To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods as far as I'm concerned.
It's no small task. Still partial to roaming around in bear form? Ah, the bear form. Oh, we gotta love the bear form.
I spend half my days in ursine form. The children demand it. I had a score of them taking turns riding upon my back just days ago. I'm glad they are so comfortable with the Oakfather's creations. But they must learn that not all are as amiable as I am. A lesson for another time, though. They deserve some joy. As for roaming, that impulse has dwindled, I must admit. Perhaps because I have found where I am meant to be.
I'm very glad for it, Halson. You seem more settled than I expected of you. And honestly, he seems about as settled as I might have expected. What about the Grove? How's that doing? Do you stay in touch with them at all?
On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid now, and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence.
Oh, that's good.
Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence.
That's even better. Can we have a hug? I want a hug.
I was just thinking the very same.
Hugs for everyone. The owlbear is massive. I can't get over the fact that he's so large. This is a completely platonic best friends hug that is extending slightly longer than I might have expected, but that's fine. Shadowheart understands.
I could get used to this.
We will definitely stop by much more soon.
As did I, but somehow I feel like I no longer need to roam. That I have found something worthy laying roots for. Amazing what can be discovered about oneself, even at a ripe old age.
Absolutely. You never know where your path is going to take you, but it seems like your path, Halsin, has absolutely brought you an immense amount of joy.
Before you go, I have something for you. Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle?
Mm-hmm.
I made this.
You made me a gift? You whittled me a gift? What is it?
Ducks are my favorite.
Oh, it's gorgeous!
I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
Oh, I will put this on the mantle. And I will cast some protection magics on it so that if Shadowheart ever gets into an experiment again, it won't catch on fire. This is incredible. Thank you so much, Halsin.
Just a token to remember me by. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on. Enjoy the festivities. We can speak again later.
Oh, there'll be plenty of time. Oh, whittled duck. It's all our... Oh, we got a nice duck.
There you are.
Lovely ducks.
I was hoping you'd make your way over.
Will!
To your relief, your projection holds. It took a dozen Gish's talents, a few stolen psi crystals, and 2 10 days of effort to conjure it. You can touch, taste, and talk. But your fleshy body is in limbo, the home of the mystical Githzerai. Once, the Githzerai were one with the Githyanki, until bloody civil war severed the Gith species. The Githzerai god king, Menyar Ag-Gith, sent word through the cosmos. He knows of your rebellion, and he's agreed to parley.
What?
Should the Githzerai join you, you could vanquish Flakith in a red dragon's blink.
What's the word on the rebellion?
Wait,
I
what?
presume you've cracked open more Kithraki heads than you could possibly count.
What? Pardonnez-moi. What is happening with the Githzeri? Because I feel like the voices in my head have been off on their own adventures. Have I been working with Lae'zel to fix the Vlaakith problem? I have no idea what is... This seems like a conversation that I have not been privy to. I've turned my mind to political concerns. Have I? Not really. I've been making handcrafted artisanal jams and jellies. I have no idea what my various clones have been doing. They've been doing their own stuff. There can only be... Well, there can never be enough Charles D's in the world, but... They're off doing their own things. 13 Kithraki, 25 Sarts, and 305 warriors. Exactly. Not one more, not one less.
Then you did keep count. I should have known you would.
I'm very good with numbers.
I'm afraid since we last met, my corpse count remains a paltry 0. Unless you count the boars I felled on ducal hunts.
Yeah, how is that going?
Rebuilding a city requires a politic mind. A sharp soldering blade, not so much. Bargains must be made. Coin must change hands. Tongues must be held in check. Father leaves me to my own devices. though he's got no shortage of advice when I ask for it.
That's good.
Still, I make the decisions I see fit. The ones I think will restore the city to glory. I serve only Baldur's Gate, not a devil of the first hell.
Glad your head is still screwed on straight there, Will. Very glad to see it. Oh, I've missed traveling with you. You were such a joy to be around in the 6 adventures that we've gone on over the course of this entire adventure.
I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire, the comfort of knowing I didn't face the unknown alone. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side.
Aw, Will. Aw, you're a bro. You're a bro, Will. How's your dad holding up? Is he doing well? I hope he's doing well.
Father's very well, and back in his element, commanding the flaming fist with as brave a heart as ever, and with nary a scolding or lashing.
Ah, that's good for the fist.
The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, Father's pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be tears' will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine.
Your father's a good man,
Will. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but he's teaching the fist a new lesson.
Oh?
Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered.
Now that's a good lesson.
May they all take it to heart.
That's pretty good. I imagine the city has changed quite a lot ever since you got the Grand Duke ship.
I've had more than a few challenges, given the horns sprouting from my head.
Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure.
The people know me as one of the champions who saved their beloved city. They know Ravengard blood flows through my veins. The patriarchs, the aristocracy, the councils of Waterdeep and Arm, their arms aren't so wide open. Still, there's no friction that can't be greased with a slight promise.
Grease. Oh, I see what you're doing, Will. Absolutely. There's nothing that a little grease can't solve. That is my motto in life. Charles D. and Shadowheart's artisanally handcrafted jams and jellies. There's nothing a little grease can't solve. Oh, you're a man of taste, Will. A man of taste. What's happening to the Council of Four? Do I care about the Council of Four? I'm curious enough. How has things been going with the council?
Disbanded, to be formed anew.
Interesting.
I don't expect a soldier or street sweeper to see through the schemes of a tyrant like Gortash. But the city's lords and ladies were all too eager to abandon their oaths and bend the knee. My father, Older Ravengard, is now Grand Duke of the Triad, Keeper of the Fist. Cordula Eltan is the Duke of the Sea Tower, a legacy reborn. And I am Will Ravengard, Grand Duke of the Worm, Heart of the Gate. We will yet be four. Until such time and after, we will enact the will of the People's Parliament. Baldur's Gate is nothing without its citizens, both in the upper and lower. Our duty is to them, and only them.
Sounds like you got a good grasp on everything that's going on in the city, Will, and that is something to be proud of. When we first arrived at the city, though, the refugees, they were pretty much swarming and batting down the gates. How's that going?
The jewel of the coast will shine ever bright, welcoming the weak and the weary from wherever they hail. We are building new housing, not just shanties, but homes where families can rest their heads, plant gardens, pursue happiness.
Oh, that's great
Amazing
to hear.
What can be done when Parliament and the Council pressure the upper city elites to open their coffers. I'm sure the Silver Shields can make do without a few more jeweled crowns.
They don't even have enough heads to put those crowns on.
Of course.
Out of a very sick sense of curiosity, how are you feeling about Mizora?
Never.
Good.
The hexes and eldritch blasts, losing them took getting used to. They left behind a cold abyss where fire once raged. So I stoked a new one. Now the burning comes from within me, not from the depths of Avernus.
Well, that is definitely good to know, because I can honestly sympathize with the lack of Eldritch Blasts.
Go on. The night's young. You shouldn't waste a moment of it.
I have no
Or
plan
waste
to.
a single drop of wine, for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oops. Did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
It flows like river water. Please, consume to your heart's content. That's what it's there for. Lake Zell, how are you doing?
A most welcome sight.
With the astral projection, how is things on your end?
Friend. For 2 months I trained the Knights of the Comet. For 2 more I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo. But to see your face, it brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head.
I've missed you too, Lae'zel.
Limbo, she'd said. A plane of chaos where you might drink fire like water, where you might breathe ice instead of air, and the home of the mystical Githzerai. Once the Githzerai were one of the Githyanki, until bloody civil war severed them.
It's really good to see you, Lae'zel.
It's nice to hear it. It's taken a dozen Gish's talents, a few stolen psi crystals, and 2 10 days of effort to conjure my projection. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This... Faerun.
And Faerun has missed you too, Lae'zel. How are things on your end? Your efforts to top Vlakith are well underway, I can only assume?
We've spilled blood, gained a foothold in the astral, but still we need allies. And one beyond reckoning has made itself known. Zerith Minyaragith.
Zerith Menyaragith. You've heard the name. The immortal god king of the Githzerai, and the ruler of their capital, Shrakdalor.
Our Gish sent word of the rebellion to Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley.
Oh, that's good to know.
It's fallen to me to secure an alliance.
Oh, if anyone can do it, it's definitely you. The great warrior Lae'zel on a diplomatic mission. I'm sure she could do it. You're the best. Honestly, Lae'zel is absolutely capable of sending the right message in the right situation as needed. Your tongue is as learned as your blade.
My blade is keen as ever. But it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction. I am the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces. My people will be free. But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm.
I've definitely missed it these past 6 months. Honestly, when do you think we're going to see each other again? Because there's no way I'm going to avail myself of your quick wit for the rest of forever.
Soon. When the comet has risen. When the Lich Queen has crumbled to dust. I miss this place. More to the point, I missed you. I'll be back one day. The Overgod himself couldn't keep me away.
And when you return, I'll have a nice spread of artisanally handcrafted jellies, specially made for you, Lae'zel. It'll be absolutely wonderful. We had a chat with Gale, had a chat with Halsin. Where, oh where, Volo, Minsk. Oh, where is Boo?
I told you our friend was near.
Oh, I want to have a final goodbye with Boo.
Boo, we are not dreaming. It is our old friend.
Oh, it's so good to see you two again. Oh, it's so good to see you.
Oh, and it is good to be seen. Oh, after so many days down in the dark, Minsk began to wonder if he was some blind bug who had only dreamed himself to be large and bulksome. You will forgive the aroma, I hope. We were not expecting the Dusty One to open a portal to our very cell.
Did you get caught up in prison
He
again?
had a moment to lick himself clean, but there is a little too much of Minsk to cover.
Oh, we accept you exactly as you are. But I am very curious. Why were you in a cell?
Minsk and Boo have been helping, of course. We guard the streets, while Jahira is occupied with harperish matters. The Zentarum rule the city's underbelly, so Minsk and Boo went to give them a tickle. There were harsh words, battle cries, some manner of head wound. We awoke in a Zentish cell, awaiting trial by noble combat. Execution, says Boo, though I am not sure of the difference.
To you, it's not really
It's
much.
a long walk to the gallows, and Minsk still has his fists, no?
Oh, absolutely, Minsk. It sounds like Withers got you out just in time.
In ample time indeed. So long as the Bone Mage returns us to our cell by dawn, Boo would not be late to the bloodshed. But leave such matters for the morn. Tonight is for celebration and the telling of tales.
And many tales shall be
How
told.
have you filled your days since we tore the sticky tyrant from the sky?
Explosives, the jams, the jellies. It's honestly been pretty good. Me and Shadowheart, we found our place in the world.
Aha, the lovebirds still nest together then? Minsk is glad. For what is life without a companion?
A very boring existence.
Though I am thinking yours does not sit on your shoulders, eh? Ah, you are right, Boo. That is none of Minsk's business. There is much merriment to be made before the night is done. Go and greet the others. Minsk shall make himself presentable.
I did see a
This
giant
bun
chest
shall
of
do
clothes.
nicely, Boo. Though I see no soap.
I have magic soap.
So you shall have to blow the bubbles for me.
Does he have enough of a lung capacity to blow the bubbles? A barrel of cabbages. Oh, give me the cabbages. Basket of cabbages, yes. Who else is around? Another chest. What is this stuff? Baldur's Mouth Gazette. Ravengard returns prosperity to the city. The Gondians disband. Gon's time has come and gone. But Gondians no more. Wilburn Bongle's Iron Hand Gnomes take center stage. Oh, and the serial killers have been unmasked. Iron Hand Gnomes rebuild. Oh, it's fantastic. Thorm's army dispersed from Baldurian borders. Stone Lord killed by beloved ranger. No more Stone Lord. Razimith's tower without its wizard. Yeah, we kind of dealt with that. Harper's out of hiding. Secretive sect steps forward to aid the city. Almond Cakes of Avernus, Ilturian refuge, and owner of the city's newest cafe. Oh, the tieflings are making a good home for themselves. That's good to know. Volotham Geardom's Guide to Baldur's Gate. Bard seeks contributors to the newest edition. Last holdout cultist cleared from the Temple of Baal. Yeah, we did clear out those baldists with a giant fiery explosion and lots of hand grenades. Iron Throne wreckage continues to block shipping lanes. That's not my problem to deal with anymore. Settlers bound for lands upriver amid claims cursed is lifted. Yeah, people are definitely going to be moving back into Moonrise now. 6 months since the assassination of Archduke Gortash. Small son. To our new district. Oh, a new district. Oh, Will is really doing well for himself. Janeth House to host evening of art and culture celebrating salvation of the city. Oh, I'm glad to see that our artist friend is doing well. A new bardic school with its teeth. Oh, Alfira founded her new bard college. Secures upper city funding. Oh, good for her. Very good for her. Oh, lots of letters. Oh, good God. All of the letters of people who couldn't come up here. Oh, you know what? Let's read them. Official guild letter. To the hero of the realms. Oh no, that's a title. Charles D. Greasy Wizard Necromancer Silver-Tongued Forest Gnome, the hero of the realms. We followed your adventure closely. From the day you fell from that doomed nautiloid to the final blow you struck the nether brain as it loomed over the Sword Coast. We are but a humble guild who pride ourselves in telling stories, not unlike the tales to be written of you for many years to come. How inspired we have been to witness your feasts, awesome and terrible alike, the lives you've saved and sundered, the friendships you've found. Thus we thought to extend a greeting, to thank you for adventuring with such creative determination and such panache, enough to touch the hearts of each of our number. With deepest gratitude, the Guild of the Great Genius. I have no idea who sent me this letter.
Even a duke deserves a night home.
I have no idea who the Guild of the Great Genius is. Letter from Barkis. To whom it may concern, Withers gave me this address and said I could consider writing, thus an update. The Iron Hand Gnomes are nearly beyond help, but I've managed to yoke them into something resembling a coherent force for innovation. We've been hired to assist in the city's reconstruction, and our steam-powered object motorations, their steam-powered automatons are helping to move building supplies in every part of the city. It's nothing, really. I'm well. I trust you are too. We deserve it after all, don't we? Barkis Root. Oh, we absolutely do, Barkis. I'm very glad to see that you're doing well. Art, letter from Art Cullig. That's the guy that we helped in the Shadow Curse lands with the guitar or the lute or whatever it was. To an old acquaintance, I write to you from the sunny porch of the Last Light Inn. A light breeze blows now and then. People are milling in and out, builders, visitors, the children of all ages in Halsin's care. I can no longer hold a quill or eat without assistance. A kind friend is transcribing this for me. Thaniel, rejoined with Oliver. Oh, they rejoined together. Oh, good for them. These promise to be with me when the end comes. And as our old songs drift on the wind, even ever louder.
Careful to not overindulge tonight.
No, this is the night to overindulge, Halsin. I know I have mere days left, but I do not fear it. If not for your help, this land would still be shrouded in darkness and I'd still be lost within it. Know that my heart is full and happy, and I am grateful for my last moments. Do visit someday, and if you have time to stop by an old Flaming Fist's grave, I'd love to see you. Art Cullig. Art. Even if we never get to see each other in person again, I will absolutely pour out an ale, and we'll share it together from the great beyond. Valeria, the Flying Elephant. Salutations! I'm writing to request your help in a mysterious case that has arisen since our little ballism bash a half-year ago. Regrettably, I had to take the credit for dispelling the Ball cult. In your absence, you understand. Oh, I don't care. As long as I get to live in peace, it's fine. And I'm working on routing the remaining ballists from our fair city, with the newly promoted Blaze Devella Fountainhead in tow, of course. This has made me a target, unfortunately. A false document bringing my name into ill repute has been made public. An alleged unpaid bar tab at the Elf Song. If you happen to be passing through with a bindle of coin, perhaps you can persuade management of my obvious innocence. Much obliged. Investigator Valeria, Sleuth of Helm. P.S. Any advice on getting ballast blood out of cloth? An immense amount of bleach and the failed experiment of the rhubarb jelly. I tried to make rhubarb jelly, but in the process, believe it or not, it got spilled all over the tablecloths, and it literally wiped the paint and the dye out of the cloth. It was really, really weird, and I've never quite figured out how rhubarb jelly can completely eliminate dyes, but I am looking into it. The hat's not been the same since the murder tribunal. Yeah, they literally had a pool of blood. I might suggest buying a new hat. Letter from Ravengard. Oh, the old Duke. Hero of Baldur's Gate, Vanquisher of the Absolute. Oh, another title. Hero of the Realms, Vanquisher of the Absolute. The city is forever in your debt. For without your valor, your audacity, your sacrifice, it would not know renewal. It is not temples and inns and homes that I speak of, but hearts. Baldur's Gate can never be the city it was before it suffered the Absolute's touch, and that is as it should be. The survivors have borne witness to their homes' near destruction. They have come to regret turning a blind eye to the cruelty Gortash disguised as safety and security. And they understand, just as I have come to understand, that trust, compassion, and unity are the foundation of Baldur's Gate. Our gates are open once more to the disowned and displaced. The Flaming Fist will learn to be true servants of the people. And I will devote myself to ridding the gate of the shameful fears that allowed evil to enter our homes and sit at our tables. Yours, Older Ravengard. I'm very glad to see that he is doing well, and his ironclad determination is as unbreakable as ever. Alfira! Oh, Alfira, how is she doing? Hello, friend. I'm sorry it's been so long. Turns out running a school of bards is a touch more tricky than I thought. Who knew bards were so dramatic? I would have never have guessed. My only experience for bards is you, Alfira, and Volo. And given that Volo ripped my eye out of my socket, I imagine your college is probably insanely hectic. I bought a small rundown house in the lower city and spent weeks putting down floors and replacing the windows. Turns out I'm quite a hand with a hammer and nail. When I was relatively sure the roof would hold, I decided it was time to open. I put up posters and took out an advertisement in the Baldur's mouth. Gods, I was so nervous. I kept having nightmares that no one would show. But my goodness, did they? Children from patriarchs to peddle lined the streets. The queue almost went to Rivington. Turns out being friends with the hero of Baldur's Gate has its upsides. Oh, Alfira, take advantage of that claim to fame as long and as often as you need. Use my name to your heart's content. I'm more than happy to advertise for such a good friend. Because of all the tieflings, that survived over the course of this grand adventure, I am extremely glad that Alfira was the one who survived. I'm teaching day and night, fall into bed utterly exhausted. Such is the life of the headmaster of an entire school dedicated to teaching bards, and I've never been happier. Thank you, my friend. Lots of love, Alfira. Oh, Alfira, I'm so glad she's doing well. Arabella! I wonder what Arabella has gotten herself up to. Hey you, it's Arabella. You remember me, right? Of course I do. Bone Man once said I needed to find balance. Where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, the root of all being. Fancy talk. He was right though. After I touched that idol in the grove, it was like a big tree started to grow in my head. And all these weird thoughts and feelings and powers sprouted on its branches like big black leaves. I had to figure myself out, so I followed the weave like Bone Man said. I don't know how I knew what to do, I just did. After you squished the brain, Beard Man showed up. Said the weave led him to me, and me to him. He's teaching me how to make sense of all those leaves on my head tree. He says I need to use magic responsibly. He also says not to call him Beard Man. I'll let you know how it goes. I'm glad to see that Arabella is coming into her own, as the case may be. Letter from Araj. I don't know who that is. My friend! No, my darling. Is Araj the blood witch that I gave my blood to and she made a bomb and blew her house open? Greetings from Menzo Berenzen, where the blood you so kindly traded me is ready to play its part in resurrecting the glorious house Oblodra. From the moment I saw you, I knew you had power, and I knew that I could harness it. I knew that it could be mine. Soon I will descend into the abyss my people call the Claw Rift, searching for my lost house in its depths. Will it be dangerous? Oh yes, most dangerous. But do not fear, darling. Your strength will see me through. I will find the ruins of my house, and when I emerge again, it will be as the matron mother of a house reborn. All thanks to you. All thanks to the power in your blood. Not sure how I feel about such a woman with my blood. Until we meet again, my darling, Araj Oblodra, master of the sanguine arts. Well, I'm glad she's doing well for herself. Letter from Damon. Hello, I hope this finds you well, but I don't know how it can. I hear that Karlach died shortly after your defeat of the brain. Yeah, that was a bittersweet time, but she went out as she lived. A ball of fiery glory, and I know Karlach, wherever she ended up, is drinking a bottle of mead to all of these celebrations. Though I didn't know her half as well as you, she was unforgettable. Oh, that is the absolute least you can say about Karlach. I can't help but blame myself. Wonder what more I could have done. Believe me, I won't be caught short again. I've made it my business to learn all I can about infernal metalwork, in case another Karlach should ever visit my forge. But then again, how could there be another? She was absolutely singular. That she was. With sympathy, Damon. Well, I'm glad he is making a name for himself as a renowned metalsmith. Letter from the Elminster. Ooh, I'm curious about that. Gale, my boy. I can only apologize for my absence from Wither's little gathering. As you know, only the most urgent of business would keep me from indulging myself in his excellent taste in sweetmeats. And your esteemed company, of course. I was delighted to hear that you came to your own senses with regards to that cursed crown, and delighted yet further when I learned that the orb's malingering presence no longer poses any threat. In that sense, at least, I hope you feel Mystra treated you fairly. I imagine Gale is quite content with his lot in life. I trust you're enjoying your adventures. I have to say, I struggle to picture you outside of Waterdeep, or your library for that matter. Wherever your escapades take you, be sure to keep your larder well provisioned. After all, one may never know when an old friend might drop by Elminster. It's probably a letter for Gale. A letter from Nocturne. Who? Dear Shadowheart. Oh, he's Nocturne, her friend from the cloister. Ah, I bet it is. I hope that you're happy and well. I must keep this short as I remain surrounded by Shar's followers at almost every waking moment in my new enclave. I dearly wish for you to enjoy your night spent with old friends, and I hope that you and I shall share such a reunion. I know it must seem strange for me to dwell on such heretical thoughts, yet I cannot help myself. Perhaps one day I shall find some measure of the bravery that you did and walk away from this life. Until then, I shall keep safe and hold memories of you as my one ember of light amidst an ocean of darkness. Until we find each other again, yours always, Nocturne. Well, I hope things become clear and your path becomes equally as easy to walk. Letter from Voss. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. Gith Yankee script, Tirsu, adorns one side of the page, another is written in the common tongue. Shellac. Orpheus may not be with us, but the comet shines ever bright. Breath by breath, battle by battle, Vlaakith's death draws nearer. I have taken to the astral plane, slaughter all who must be slaughtered, and spread the air's truth to every possible ear, willing and unwilling. Many Githyanki have taken up arms as warriors of the comet. Others have remained in their enclaves or traveled to creches, dedicating themselves to our cause as scribes, spies, and slate scholars. But our allies do not all call themselves children of Gith. Zareth Menyar Agith, the Githzerai's god king, has requested an audience. There was a time I would have thought such a coalition unspeakable, but with the Githzerai at our side, not even the full force of the Kithraki could stop us. If Vlaakith is to fall, perhaps the two skies must again be made one. Voss, Revkal to Orpheus, Knight of the Comet. I'm glad to see that they're doing well. Letter from Hope. Oh, from Hope! I wonder how she's doing. I had a dream last night. Not that there are any nights here, or any days. It was a dream about you, all of you. And you were here with me. And I had served bread and jam and oat crackers and cheeses and enough tea to quench a desert. You nibbled and sipped and smiled and laughed, and you asked if I was happy. No one has asked me that for so long that I don't know if anyone has ever asked at all. I didn't have the words to answer, so instead I led you through my house and showed you all the souls that are here with me. They were Raphael's once, but now they only belong to themselves. The archive is an art gallery. Oh, how lovely. The boudoir is a grand kitchen. Oh, I have memories of that boudoir, and I don't think you would ever want to turn that particular room into a kitchen, but you do you. I hope you clean that place out with a lot of bleach. You'd need a lot of bleach for that place. And the dungeon is a refuge for any wounded soul or creature that find its way to us. Am I happy? I don't know, but I am Hope, and I persist because of you. Oh, I'm glad. I'm very glad that she is still finding her way, and it's a peaceful one. A letter from Mayrina. Thought I'd reach out first for once. I finally had my baby. Oh, that is lovely. Oh, that is a wonderful news. A beautiful boy. I can't believe I ever thought of giving him up. He screams his head off half the night, and I've barely slept, but I'm the happiest I've ever been. Other than my wedding day, of course. I decided to name him Connor after his dad. With Ethel gone, myself and some other hag survivors have started our own publishing house. We've only printed a few pamphlets so far, but I'm halfway through my first book. Oh, that is lovely. Me, an author, it's something out of a dream. Mind you, it's all about how to kill hags, but you know what they say, write what you know. Honestly, after what you've been through, I am imagining that they'll sell like hotcakes. With every pamphlet we publish, more people show up Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I've been talking for a hot minute. With every pamphlet we publish, more people show up to our support groups. As happy as that makes me, it breaks my heart to see how much harm Ethel did. But so long as I live, another hag won't set foot in Baldur's Gate. You have my word. Anyway, the reason I'm writing isn't just to talk your ear off, it's to say thank you for saving a scared young girl who thought she'd be a terrible mother. I couldn't have been more wrong. Next time we meet, pints are on me, Mayrina. I'm really glad that Mayrina got a happy ending. Because, man, when she was initially walking off to Baldur's Gate with her husband's corpse, I was just like, oh, I really hope the best for her. And I'm very, very glad that she's found that best. Letter from Nine Fingers. I'm not much for leaving my city, but it does gladden a girl's heart to be asked to the ball. So I'll thank you for that much. In my place, I'll accept a few casks of a fine vintage that managed to roll their way down from the upper city in all the commotion. Ah, classic wine. The rebuilding has given rise to many such happy opportunities. Opportunities for someone of your caliber, Nine Fingers, I'm sure. I won't ask any questions, I'll say that much. The rebuilding has given rise to many opportunities, worth discussing over a more civilized drink in my guild hall if you find yourself at a loose end. Enjoy the muck and see if you can get the High Harper to sing. You won't be disappointed, Nine Fingers. If I can get Shahira drunk enough to sing, I will absolutely do it. Oh, I'm glad everyone has been doing well. Oh, the Gazette. Lae'zel. Who else have we not talked to? Minsk, Volo, Will, Jahira, Halsin, Owlbear, Scratch. Is there a Gazette to read? Absolute emergency over, declares Fist. Last Illithids routed from the sewers. I'm glad that they got rid of all the Illithids. Baldur's Maith editor resigns. Links to Gortash regime unfounded. Well, I'm glad that it's under new management. Charis's raconteur, Raphael, reported dead. He is very much dead. Oh, I never dropped his corpse in front of the crown. Oh, I had well, his corpse was on my person, so it still counts. Black market magic, devil's fee goods still unaccounted for. Did I rob that place? I probably robbed that place. Selûnite outpost decimated by unknown assailant, now protected by the sword of Selûne Daemalin. Oh, I'm glad she survived. Because we summoned her for the final battle, and she kind of just was off on her own. Tressim? Oh, is this the cat? Oh no, that's Gale's cat. Oh, Tressim, how you doing?
Oh, right. You. Hello.
Hello, Tressim. You must be Tara. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm certain it is. As for you, well, I've heard congratulations are in order.
Oh, they absolutely are.
You helped Mr. Dacarios save Baldur's Gate from the Absolute, isn't that right?
And we saved his life in the process. But honestly, all things considered, Gale really helped me out more than I helped him, I imagine.
That doesn't sound like him. But whichever way you want to remember it, well done, I suppose. You ought to come visit myself and Gale when you're able, if you can extract yourself from what I'm sure are very important responsibilities.
The Jam and Jelly Empire does take a bit of a priority, but I will absolutely make some time to visit the college. I'd quite like that.
We'll send word by pigeon when we've need of you. I used to have a taste for them, but a great many things have changed in recent months. Ta-ta, darling.
Ta-ta, Tara. I will see you soon. Now, where is my beloved? Oh, no, there are people up there. Who is up there? Who is up at the top? I have no idea who this person is. Who is the bard that we have found in our... Who is Millilil? Who are you? Have we met before?
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice.
Ragnar the Red. The Dragonborn comes. Who are you though? Like, seriously, I don't think we've ever met before. Who are you?
You have no idea who I am, do you?
Nope.
I thought Withers might have set the stage a little.
Not really. How do you know Withers?
I owe him a favor, one he is eternally invoking. I thought honoring the worthy was a fair price to pay for Withers to pull me out of the fugue plane. Alas, one purgatory to another.
Yeah, I imagine a deal like that. Did you ever specify how many times you'd honor the worthy? Because there's probably a lot of worthy. I have no idea who you are. What were you doing in the fugue plane? Did you die?
Languishing in obscurity. Cyric knew what he was doing when he punished me for that song, the prick.
Who?
Before I was banished to the fugue plane, I had song prayers coming out the proverbial ears. Guess how many I get now? None.
I still have no idea who you are.
Prayers were once offered to Melil, Lord of Song, a minor deity whose worship faded after offending the trickster god Cyric.
Ah.
I'm washed up, I'm afraid.
Good to know. I disagree. It's quite an honor to be serenaded by Melil, the Lord of Song.
You know?
I do.
You're bloody right. It is an honor. Finally. The scribe picks an adventurer of substance, of culture. What can I do you for?
Honestly, the song, it's good to me. So I'm just glad to meet such an important person in these wonderful times.
Fantastical news. Carry on I shall.
I think I just made this dude's night. Well, good for him. Now, where is Shadowheart? Where is Withers, by the way? I want to have a chat with Withers. And then we can have a chat. Well, where is Withers? Withers is... I have no idea where Withers is. So let's have a chat with Shadowheart. Oh, my beloved. How are you doing, my dear?
I didn't expect to be nervous. But seeing everyone here like this... It's strange, isn't it?
It is pretty wonderful, though.
I feel like I must have dreamed the last few months. Now I'm waking up back in camp with my hair smelling like wood smoke and fallen leaves stuck to my backside.
Those were the days. I can pinch you if you're afraid this isn't real. Wait, your backside is just fine. Trust me, I've been checking regularly. Honestly, yes.
Oh, I've noticed. Ever since I first slipped into my camp garments, I should think. So, we should divvy up what we tell people about what we've been doing these past few months. I'd hate to be a bore that comes along and regurgitates the same story to someone moments after you've told them. Any ideas?
Embellish everything. I'm your willing accomplice in all things. What do you think is worth telling? Oh, absolutely. I am your willing accomplice in any amount of trouble we get up to.
Well, there's the visit to the House of the Moon, fending off Sharan assassins, that stray imp that joined us. Bing Bong, wasn't it? We've squeezed in a lot. And I'm glad I got to share it all with you.
Oh, I am equally glad.
I'm sure we'll have them hanging off our every word. I'll leave you to do some mingling, unless you need anything else.
Well, when you get to your mingling, you are free to tell all of those stories. I told my own story. I stuck to a lot of the business-related stories with the jams and the jellies and the house blowing up. So if you want to talk about the Sharan assassins and Bing Bong, the imp, I mean, as much as I love Bing Bong, ever since he kind of, urinated into that batch of the apricot jellies, I don't know what imp urine does when mixed with apricot jellies, but it did something, and again, I don't understand why it's our best-selling jelly, but we'll look into it. I need a kiss. I want a kiss, please, my love. A celebratory kiss, please.
That can be arranged.
Oh, yeah. Oh, happy endings for everyone. Mostly everyone. Not Astarion. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. What a fantastic way to end it.
Almost a shame we're with company. I I'd be tempted to let you whisk me away someplace quiet.
Night's still young. Now for a hug.
Why? Are you expecting to be gone for long? All right.
Hugs. Oh, hugs. Lovely hugs. Oh, we love each other. It's true love. It's true love. Man, if this is the celebration just for meeting up.
I could get lost in those arms.
Imagine the celebration for our inevitable wedding. It's going to be great. Enjoy yourself tonight, Shadowheart.
With music in the air and wine flowing, I think I'll manage. Don't get into trouble, but if you must, fetch me first.
Aw, side by side to the very end. Oh, that's fantastic. Our owlbear is massive. He's so large. Where is Withers? I would like to speak with him, and I don't know where he is. Oh, is he... He might be back in the house. Or this area back here. Withers, are you back here? Is that a potions lab? Withers. You cleaned this place up a little bit. Did you move your casket to a new location? Withers, how are you doing?
Thou feelst it still. She is not here. She who was the boldest. Hast thy thoughts been with brave Karlach often?
They certainly have. I don't suppose you'd be willing to bring her back, or, well, was her time truly up?
She would not come.
I'm trying to be strong. It's exactly what she would have wanted.
Truly? Most of the time it was she who was strong for thee.
Her strength was
Didst thou
unparalleled.
not employ her ever to carry all of thine loot?
No. I employed Karlach. There was at some point when I didn't have these extremely powerful gloves that I used Karlach to carry loot. Withers, don't you give me that side eye. I used everyone in this party to carry my loot. I carried loot myself. I carried around Raphael's corpse from the depth of Avernus all the way into the psyche of a mind flayer. Don't you dare tell me that I did not use Karlach only for loot. She was not a pack mule for... No, absolutely not. I used everyone, including myself, for loot carrying. She really was fantastic. She always put herself between us, and she was a paragon of incredibleness. It was scary how many goblin clubs she could carry. I mean, don't get me wrong. She could carry a lot of loot. She really could. But she was pretty fantastic.
Thou art safe and warm because of her, even if her mortal fire has gone out.
She'll always be with us.
In but 10 days, an entire life was lived. More than mortal years. Mortal centuries were hers. Thy band, thy bond, gave that life to her.
And I'm very glad for it. I am unimaginably glad she was in my life, too.
In the fugue plain, her soul burns so bright, it pains the gods to look upon.
I'm sure she'd love that.
Recall that in time, all changeth and all is rejoined. Thou shalt be with her again.
And isn't that a wonderful thought? I think I'm caught up with everyone. What comes next?
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now.
Oh, what comes next?
Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another.
Oh, those crazy gods.
Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready. For thou mayst yet be needed.
And Charles D.
Until
will
we meet
always
again,
answer the call.
I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
The best kind of problems. To the greatest friends I could ever possibly dream of. May you live forever.
To you.
Oh, your memories will be with me forever. Oh, this is great. And there it is. Baldur's Gate 3. The credits roll. Oh my god, this has been a journey and a half. Oh my god, I can't believe we finally did it. We beat Baldur's Gate 3. Wow, the stream has gone on quite a bit longer than I would have thought. 7.5 hours. Man, you guys pretty much got a 2-for-1 stream today. Man, I hope everyone enjoyed it. This was an absolute blast. Oh, I can't believe it. We finally did it. We finally did it. We beat Baldur's Gate. It took us forever, but we got there in the end. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, this was absolutely wonderful. Oh, this was truly fantastic. I am extremely pleased about this game. Honestly, Baldur's Gate 3 has got to be one of my most favorite games that I've played in a very, very long time. On the characters, the story, all of this was a monumentally fun project to undertake. And streaming this has been an absolute joy of mine to be able to share this with everyone over the course of this adventure. So many months. We picked this up pretty much basically last December. We've been at this for several months. Pretty much, honestly, pretty much every week since December. We have been at this for a very long time, and it's just, oh, the adventures. Absolutely fantastic. The adventures of Charles D., the greasy wizard necromancer, silver-tongued, illithid-bashing, mind-flayer-slaying, savior of the gate, hero of the world, the greatest forest gnome to have ever lived. Oh, it was an absolute blast to play this. Oh, I love it. My commentary is probably suffering because I am very tired because I've been playing Baldur's Gate today for like 8 hours straight. I need to go get some food. I am starving. Oh, this is fantastic. This was fantastic. Some serious shout-outs need to be paid to a lot of people because, like, above all else, the two MVPs of this stream and of all of the Baldur's Gate streams have got to be Llama for your continued support, just insane support throughout every single one of these streams, joining day in, day out, week after week, just an immense showing of support, absolutely fantastic. And a special shout out to Candleboy. Like, my God, Candleboy joined up for the beginning of this adventure and just stream after stream after stream after stream has lended his expertise and knowledge about this game to yours truly. And honestly, we would not have accomplished nearly as much as quick as we did without your help for so many things. So Candleboy, if you're listening to this either right now or in the future, or whether it's on YouTube in another 7 months, because the YouTube stream of Baldur's Gate is gonna take a lot of time before we end off that particular series. But either way, it was an absolute blast. This truly was an incredible experience to play through. I have very fond memories of Baldur's Gate. This is great. This has been truly fantastic. But what comes next, you may be wondering? I have got many a plan for what we will be streaming and for what will be coming up on the channel. Although the channel we'll worry about YouTube later on. But for streaming, we're probably going to focus pretty heavily on Super Paper Mario going forward so we can wrap that up. Hopefully, ideally, we wrap up Super Paper Mario in times for Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, because that is absolutely something we are going to be streaming as soon as it comes out. That'll be a fantastic Zelda adventure. Plenty of fun. We also probably have more than enough time. Nice songs. We'll have to listen to those later. But we do have plenty of other projects in the wing and in the winds. Many projects. I don't have anything concrete right yet, but very soon we'll definitely be deciding on stuff to do, because there is a lot of stuff to do. My voice is it's a miracle. It is an absolute miracle my voice has survived for 7.5 straight hours of talking. Oh, I'm so hungry. I need to get food. I really need to get food. But this was just honestly great. Honestly, probably everyone watching has probably fallen asleep. Pyro, I'm so sorry that I never spoke and introduced or said hello to you proper. I got so caught up in the ending that I didn't even see the chat until way later. But if you're watching this in the future, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm sorry I didn't say hello properly, but it's always great to see some old friends stopping by in the stream. Fantastic. And Hashile. Hashile. I'm going to call you Hash. Always fantastic to meet some new people, so absolutely fantastic. Apparently there are 3 people still watching, but I'm going to assume every one of you are still asleep. Llama is almost certainly asleep, and everyone else is probably asleep. Alina, Candle, streaming for 7.5 hours. It's probably like, what time is it? Oh my god, it's 9:30. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's 9:30. That probably puts it at like what, like 2 in the morning for Alina? Oh, she's asleep. Everyone's asleep. I'm talking into the void, but it's great. If you guys are watching this in the future, it was an absolute pleasure to have you. I'm just gonna ramble on until the credits are over, because I don't want to end this in case there's a post-credit scene or something like that. Something like that. I want to see how this is gonna end up truly, because I don't want to miss anything. But once we're back on the title screen, then title screen. My commentary has quickly gone completely out the window. I have no idea. Talking for 7.5 hours, my brain is fried. But just listening to the music, this was great. This was some of the most fun times I've had in a very long time when it comes to playing games. Cause I think back, the only game that we've played on stream, like a really big undertaking that I was both blind to and had a lot of love for, was probably Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom was a game that it was much shorter than Baldur's Gate. I think it had maybe 30 streams that we did, and this one is pushing probably in the mid 40s. I don't remember the exact numbers. Baldur's Gate was longer, but I had an absolute blast with Tears of the Kingdom. But for different reasons than Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate had a lot more moments where I could be like making up stories and like crafting Charles's story. Cause like, I really liked playing as Charles. Charles, the greasy wizard necromancer force. I really loved how all of that turned out. And he got his happy ending. He got his happy ending with Shadowheart. They are able to go off on their own, in their own little forest abode, in their nice, warm, comfy, rustic home with their artisanally handcrafted gems and jellies, fighting off Sharn assassins, adopting stray imps named Bing Bong. Bing Bong, the imp is around, and that's great. He and Fork, Bing Bong and Fork, true brothers in blood. Oh, it's great. Oh, it's great. And our Owlbear and Scratch. I'm so glad Scratch got a friend in Mindy. I'm so glad that everyone is doing well. It's just great. It's just great. Except for poor Astarion. He's gone forever. No happy ending for Astarion. I feel really bad about that. I feel really bad that everyone gets their happy ending. Even Karlach is shining so brightly that the gods hesitate to look upon her. Oh my god! But poor Astarion. We left him brokenhearted. Oh, that poor Astarion. Poor Astarion. Oh, that poor. He could have. If he had just didn't want to kill 7,000 people, he would have been able to have a happy ending. But that's not on me. That's not on me. That's not on me. I should hydrate. I need to go get food. How long are these credits? Pole to win Canada. Is that like a pole dancing competition for the sole lordship of Canada? I pronounce the Lord of Canada. Your pole dancing was so incredible that you now have Tim Hortons. You are the king of Tim Hortons. Your pole dancing was so exquisite that you can have infinite coffee for the rest of your life. Oh my god, my throat is terrible. Oh my god, I don't know. If we do end up streaming tomorrow, it will almost certainly be a shorter one because my voice is screaming. Like, now that we're finally done today, I can definitely feel it in the back of my throat. The adrenaline high of fighting a brain has worn off. I imagine everyone has fallen asleep. That's the several-th time that I've said that. Man, I can't believe that there's only been one technical hiccup in nearly 8 hours. In nearly 8 hours. This is gonna be a bitch to edit. This is gonna be 8 hours of footage to go through. I'll leave that to Future Thionite. Future Thionite, if you're watching this, what is today? Today is Saturday, July 13th at 9:37 at night. When are you editing this? Put it up right now. Today, it's currently several months down the line. I'm just like, I wonder. I do wonder. I wonder how long it's been since this has been ongoing. Who knows? Maybe by the time I'm editing this, it'll be December. It'll become full circle, an entire year. It'll be crazy. It'll be absolutely crazy. The perfect white noise machine to fall asleep to. Thionite Gaming is rambling. Anyway, with that, how long are these credits? Is there much more to go? I can't ramble about much else unless I want to just continually talk about how much of a fun time I had with this game. Man, I need food. I have no idea. Probably make a sandwich. There's like turkey downstairs. I'll make a turkey sandwich. My entire day was spent streaming. This was fun. This was fun. Swine, you did 30 bits. You did 30 bits. Massive shout out. All of the shout outs. Can the Boy, Llama Lord, Typical Swine, Alina, Pyro, Hash, everyone who showed up today. All of the people, whether you were watching as a lurker, whether you're watching as an active participant, whether you watched and commented for like one message, or whether you're a bot. We even got a bot today. There's nothing that says you're a professional streamer than to get and subsequently ban bots. Oh my god, we did it. I can't believe we finally beat Baldur's Gate. Oh my god, I have no idea what we're going to be doing in the future. Honestly, there may or may not be a stream tomorrow. It really depends on how my voice holds up tomorrow, because it might be really, really sore. Encoding is overloaded. Don't do that. How long are these credits? They're absolutely massive. Anyway, there may or may not be a stream tomorrow. We'll have to see how the voice holds up, because, like, honestly, all things considered, you basically got 2 streams in one day. If I do a stream, I will say this, and seriously, if we do stream tomorrow, it'll be a short stream. We'll have to see. It might just be. It might be more of the Valhalla bartending game. Maybe we'll have to see. I might not even be up for it. I might seriously have to give my voice a bit of time to recover from today because I am still talking. The thing is with my voice, if I stop talking right now, if I like stop talking for like 60 seconds, my vocal cords will completely shrivel up and I will not be able to talk. If I talk, it'll just be really raspy like that. I can't do that voice. If I do that voice, I will literally tear my vocal cords into shreds. But it depends. It really depends. Honestly, this has just been fun. This has just been a fun time, and I am so inordinately pleased and ever so thankful that I could share this adventure from start to finish. Because if you remember, back at the beginning of Act 3, when we first got to Rivington, there was a period of time where I didn't know if I would be able to if all of the technology, the computer, would actually be able to handle running the game. Because my computer, it's a bit of a potato. It's enough to scrape us through Baldur's Gate 3. It's not a terrible thing, but there was a period of time when I was genuinely considering pre-recording the episodes like a normal series and not stream it, which would have been heartbreaking, but for the sake of quality, I think it might have been possible. I am infinitely thankful I figured out a workaround to make sure that the computer was capable of running this. There were plenty of times where the frame rate exploded. Then there were plenty of times where the frame rate was awful. And to anyone watching, whether you're sticking with this stream live or whether you're watching in the future in YouTube, whether you've made it this far into the credits of probably the epilogue, you guys are truly the truest of MVPs. And I am infinitely thankful that you've stuck with this, because I realize that the quality of the Baldur's Gate videos have just taken an uptick after an uptick after an uptick, generally speaking, as I really locked in how to best how to best optimize the Baldur's Gate game for my computer. So honestly, if you guys are just sticking with me throughout this entire series, like I genuinely don't have the words. Like, from the absolute bottom of my heart, thank you so much for joining for every one of these videos. I have no idea how many videos are going to be totaled in this series, because I think currently, right now, from where I'm editing this, as I'm speaking these words live, I've edited up to episode 109, and that was episode 109 was just literally a cutscene before we enter Rivington proper. So at this point, we still have to edit and upload all of the episodes in Act 3. And if I think about things, I think I'm on stream 28. 28 is the start of Act 3. And then this is probably, I don't know, like early to mid 40s in terms of the final stream count. So there's probably, God, with 28 streams for 109 episodes. Honestly, I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if this series got into episodes like 200. Like, if I crossed the 200 episode threshold for the series, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not entirely sure it'll cross the 200. I'm not sure if it will, but it might. And if it does, I genuinely don't know what kind of game it would take to push me into that kind of, episode amount. Because, like, even Stardew Valley, even Expanded, which was a massive undertaking in terms of content, only reached up to, like, 150. It would need to be a pretty massive series to trump Baldur's Gate. Like, I genuinely have no idea what game I could do that would trump Baldur's Gate. Honestly, I think Baldur's Gate might be the longest series we do for a very, very long time. So again, I can only reiterate, if you guys are still here for this in the stream, especially on YouTube, if you are still here for Baldur's Gate 3 in YouTube, like, I really wish I could give back to you in a more direct way, because like the support, the endless amounts of support, I'll never be able to rationalize in my head that people still watch the content. Like it's just, like, it genuinely boggles the mind. I want to do an experiment. What is the current subscriber count on the YouTube channel at this current moment in time? I'm really curious. Hold on. YouTube, what the channel? What is right now? It's speaking live. The current subscriber count is 868. I want to see that when this video, this epilogue, the end of Baldur's Gate goes up on YouTube, I want to see the subscriber count. I want to see how much we grow from this moment, speaking live, to when we post this on YouTube. When this series is over on YouTube, I want to see how much the channel has grown. Because any amount of growth that happens on the channel is dedicated purely, entirely to all of you at home. Like, if you're watching this, whatever number that subscriber count is, whether it's higher, whether it's lower, I don't know what it's going to be like. I can only hope it grows. When that comes back up, it will be purely and entirely because of all of you fantastic, incredible people at home. Every bit of growth and success is because of you guys. And I genuinely cannot thank you guys enough for this, because it's like the incredible amounts of support. Like, I've said this before. I've said it before over the course of this credits rolling. And I'll say it again at the end of every project. But every last one of you guys is the reason why that this series has become like one of my favorites to do. Like, I've loved doing Baldur's Gate. And this isn't even the end of Baldur's Gate content on the channel. I've got plans. There is at least one plan for a personal playthrough that I want to do, and there is at least one plan for maybe even a co-op playthrough with Candleboy, Llama, and maybe even Swine. Who knows what might happen? I might be able to rope the viewers in and get them into another adventure myself. This might not be... Well, I can guarantee you, this is not going to be the end of Baldur's Gate content on the channel, but I will say this, it will be a hot minute. It will be a hot minute before we do more Baldur's Gate content. Because I can guarantee you, I need to take a break from this game. I've loved it, but I've been playing this game pretty much every weekend since December. And I've loved it, but I need to take a bit of a break. I really do need to take a bit of a break from this. Because there are a million projects in the works. There are a million things to work on. Millions of things. And I genuinely feel like that could be taken literally based on how much things I do. Between the editing, the recording, all of the photoshops, all of the pixels I've done for so many projects, all of the hours, the man hours I've spent just outlining projects and scripts and everything that I've done. It really is. It's entirely all worth everything I do. I love doing every aspect of the Finite Gaming channel, streaming, and content. I love it, but god damn is it tedious sometimes. Oh my god. I really need to take a break. I need to go get food. When will these credits be over? How much more do I have to ramble? I can't ramble about anything else. Oh my god. I can just press the B button, but I want to show off the credits. Li Peng Jin, Lexi Millington, Lucas Tiong Kai Sheng, Lai Yit Yi, Mart. I've never seen Martin spelled with 2 A's. Must be French. Matthew. I've never seen Matthew spelled like that either. Now I've seen it twice. Maxime Poirier. all of these incredible people. Huge shout outs to all of the people, the hundreds. Probably, I would, based on how long these credits have gone, the thousands of people who have probably put in thousands upon thousands of man hours to make this masterpiece of a game. Baldur's Gate 3 has been an absolute masterpiece. Believe it or not, would you guys believe me if I told you that when I was initially deciding on a game to get for my birthday, as a cheeky little present for myself, that it was between, like, the biggest contenders were Baldur's Gate and, believe it or not, Starfield, Bethesda's Starfield. And based on all of the stuff that we've seen about Starfield, I am immensely pleased that I chose Baldur's Gate. Because honestly, I had no idea what I was getting into with Baldur's Gate, because I knew nothing about D&D or the wider world of, like, Faerun. Because, like, I had maybe played, like, half a game when I was like, much younger about D&D, but it never really became a passion of mine. So, the reason I got Baldur's Gate 3, I had heard so many good things about Baldur's Gate 3 that I just had to pick it up for myself. And I am just infinitely glad that I did. Like, this has been, like, genuinely one of the best experiences. Like, I think it's going to be really, really hard for me to best Baldur's Gate 3 in terms of just projects that I've loved to play. Because, like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to make a character as incredible as Charles D., the greasy wizard, necromancer, silver-tongued forest gnome. I don't think anyone is ever really going to live up to Charles in my eyes. I really, really love Charles. It's great. Man, I think I've been rambling over the credits for a half hour. These are massive credits. Word from the team. I think we're approaching the end of the thing, the end of the credits. Although if this is just individual notes from all of the developers, we might be here forever. Because I'm not ending this until we're back on the main screen. I'm really not. Oh, the music is great. Oh, it's great. I am exhausted. I am truly, truly tired. Can we please end? Can we please end the credits? It's like, I know I'm talking into a void, and I know that press B to go back is just taunting me, but I want to truly and honestly see this through to the end. This has been an adventure. This really has been an adventure. And I really don't know what project is gonna come up next that could top this. This has just all around been great. I really want these credits to be done though. I'm so tired of talking. I genuinely have nothing else to talk about. Like, without one single comment from someone to be like, yo, talk about this. There's nothing much for me to do. I will say this, stay tuned. I have no idea what the timeline is going to be like for anything, but I will say this. If you've made it this far into both this stream and the YouTube videos, I will give you now a teaser. I will give you a teaser of what's to come. For a very far glimpse into the future, which either, depending on how long it takes to get these videos out on YouTube, may or may not have already happened, which is a scary thing to think about. But next year, 2025, and I know, live, that's a long ways away. But I swear to God, I'm gonna blink and I'm gonna be like, oh my God, it's 2025. Where the fuck has the time gone? But I will say that I have massive plans for 2025. I have absolutely for the entire year. I have 24 massive videos planned and already underway for 2025. So, if you want that little teaser, I will tell you this. 2025 in Thionite Gaming 2025 is going to be the year of Terraria. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you wanted to see more of Thionite, me, Din, of Thionite Gaming, play wonderful Terraria, because I do love that game, stay tuned next year, because there's going to be 24 massive projects. And when I say massive, I mean absolutely freaking massive. Stay tuned for them. They're going to be great. They're already underway, so that's your hint and your teaser. Join the Discord, because that's when I'm at my most vulnerable and be like, yo, Din, got any projects in the work? And I'll be like, yeah, Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. And you'll be like, wait, really? You're gonna play those games? And I'm gonna be like, yes, I can eke out 3 playthroughs because of how the password system works and how to find the true end of that story. And I'm gonna be like, are you seriously gonna do that? And I'm gonna be like, yeah, at some point I'm gonna do it. So there's another teaser. If you've made it this far into either the stream or the YouTube videos, you've earned as many teasers as I think my tired tongue will slip out. Can we please finish the credits? I don't have anything else to talk about. And I don't want to just end it on this. I need to go get food. It's 10 o'clock. I've been streaming for 8 hours. Honestly, I don't think I've ever streamed. Have I streamed for 8 hours before? Honestly, the only streams that can come close to this in particular is, honestly, believe it or not, the very first streams that we ever did for the very original Wind Waker randomizer. And the only one who was around for that was Llama. So, from day freaking one, Llama has been here. Llama, you truly are I genuinely don't have the words for how much support you've given since day one. Because I can absolutely recognize that a lot of people, a lot of streamers, even if like big or small, don't necessarily have like such an incredibly loyal fan base. And like, say what you will about the people, like all of the lurkers and the people who just casually drop on by, or people who only watch the YouTube video. You guys are great, but everyone has to recognize how incredibly awesome Llama is. Because from day one, when Baby Thigh and I didn't know jack shit about audio balancing or the proper way to like get high quality gameplay, when I was being overpowered by music and all of the things, like the voices, when I had a crappy mic, when I knew nothing about anything about video producing, Llama was just like, I like this guy. I'm gonna stick by you. And for like a year and a half, over a year, how long has it been? My dude has stuck with us through thick and thin. My dude, you're freaking incredible. And everyone else, like Alina, my God, with the time, the time zone difference between us, the fact that you have shown up to pretty much every stream for as long as you have has been an incredible feat in and of itself. Because Lord knows, I wouldn't be able to do that. Of the streams that I watch, I am not capable of staying awake until that late at night just to watch a stream. So, like, if you're listening to your patronage means just as much. Because, like, you guys are incredible. Like genuinely. I really hope you guys believe me when I say how awesome you guys are and how genuinely thankful I am to every one of you. Because you guys genuinely, sorry, my brain is fried. You guys are the reason why I love doing this so damn much. Like, from the bottom of my heart. If Llama, Alina, Candleboy, Rock Guy, Pyro, if you guys hadn't shown up to the stream, if it had just been a bunch of random people coming in and out of the stream every stream, if I was ever so lucky to have random people coming in and out of the stream every so often, I would have been thankful for that. But there would have, I was like, I know myself, and there would have been a tiny portion of myself that would have been like, okay, but it's not, you know, fulfilling. It's what we have now, to have just people coming into the stream and chatting so regularly. Like, I'm truly blessed to have you guys just show up every stream and be like, yo, we're here. How you doing? I hope everyone's doing good. And I'd be like, yeah. It's just like, this is, like, it's nearly enough to bring a tear to my eye, because you guys, you really make it worth doing. Like, you really, really make all of this worth doing. Like, everyone at home, all of the lurkers, whether you're chatting regularly or not, you genuinely make this all worth doing. So, like, I've said it before, and I've said that before, and I've said that before, and I'll say this again and again and again, over and over and over, until I can't stream anymore. Whether God himself would have to remove my computer from existence to stop me from streaming, but, like, from the bottom of my heart, as long as I'm capable of doing this, you guys are genuinely the reason why that I've been able to do this. Like, this is a blessing. This is a gift. Being able to do this is a gift. Our 2.5 million early access players, and you for playing this game, supporting us, and sharing our love for classic RPGs. Are we finally at the end of the credits? Oh my god, please tell me I don't have to ramble anymore. Please, tell me I can be done. Give me the end screen. I'm exhausted. Poor Thionite is hungry and dying.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals, I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
Vermin away, indeed. Begone, dead three! Tired Thionite banishes you to the unceasing endless void that is the loading screen. And the main title screen. With that, we have done it. We have done it. We have completed Baldur's Gate 3. And with that, I have pontificated enough on the credits that I can do nothing but give one final thanks to every one of you watching this incredible series. I have had the time of my life playing through this game. It has been an absolute, genuine, true pleasure, the likes of which I have not felt in a very long time. So, one final time, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for joining me on this incredible adventure, sharing in the highs and the lows of Charles D., the greasy, the wizardest, the most necromantic, powerful, silver-tongued, incredible savior of the world, Faerun Forest Gnome Charles D. So whether you watched for 30 seconds or the entire thing, thank you so much for joining me on this epic journey through the world of Baldur's Gate 3. I will see all of you incredible people for whatever comes next. Later.